Hello, my name is Anu Buzruk. I work as a senior academic assistant at the Learning Commons department of College of DuPage and mainly help with accounting courses. In my previous videos, I have briefly explained the fundamentals of double entry accounting system like golden rules of accounting, accounting equation, how to adjust the accounts at the end of the accounting period, and such things. So now in this video I will be briefly explaining some key concepts of accounting of inventory, one of the major assets in a business. So accounting of inventory, it comes into picture when the business is a merchandising business or a manufacturing business, because in case of service industries, the businessman or the businesswoman is not dealing with physical inventory but only intellectual asset or inventory. So now inventory accounting, let's focus on merchandising industry over here. While accounting for inventory, a merchandising company can go for either of two systems. One is perpetual accounting system and the other one is periodic accounting system. So perpetual accounting system is usually followed in case of high value inventory items like computer or any other electronic goods, whereas periodic inventory system is followed or used in case of those inventory items which are high in volume but low in cost, per unit cost, like say nails or such things. So what is the difference, or what is exactly done here in these accounting systems? So what is happening is, whenever you purchase the inventory item, in case of perpetual system, you will give the effect to the inventory account itself. So in short, you are adjusting your asset inventory each time you purchase the inventory or you sell the inventory. So for example, when you purchase inventory, you will be debiting that amount of the cost that you paid or the price that you paid to the supplier to the inventory account. And if it is a credit purchase, then you will be crediting that amount to the supplier's account, or which is called accounts payable. But in case of periodic inventory system, what do we do in periodic inventory system is we do not touch the asset inventory account in between the accounting period. So each time you purchase inventory, all you do is use a temporary account called purchase account, and you debit the amount to that purchase account and you credit the amount to the supplier if it is a credit purchase. So similar things are done. So for example, whenever there is a return of some of the inventory that you have purchased, then all you will be doing is you will be loading the amount as a debit to the accounts payable, and you will be loading the amount as a credit to the inventory because your inventory has gone down since you returned it to the supplier. But in case of period of inventory, as I mentioned, we do not touch the inventory account in between the accounting period. So all we will do is we will again debit the accounts payable, but we will load the returned goods cost to the purchase returns account. Pardon me for the spelling. Okay, so in this way, during the accounting period, the periodic inventory system does not touch the inventory asset account, and at the end of the accounting period, the math is done. All these temporary accounts like purchase account, purchase return, purchase discount, etc., they are closed, and whatever is the effective amount is loaded on the inventory account. Whereas in case of perpetual accounting system, at any point of time, the businessman or the businesswoman knows as to what is the value of that asset as on that particular day, and that's the benefit of perpetual accounting system, and that's why it is used in case of high value items. Okay, now apart from this, there is something called sticking to the revenue recognition rule or principle even while accounting for inventory. So this is a little tricky concept which I'm going to explain now. So what is revenue recognition rule or concept is, whenever you are recording your transactions in your accounting books, you are supposed to record the sales or the revenue and the related expenses in the same accounting period. That is called revenue recognition. You recognize or you record all the expenses and the related revenue in the same accounting period. They cannot go to next or previous accounting period. Now, how to stick to this rule, and where is it that you have to stick to this rule in case of inventory accounting, is when you happen to purchase or sell your inventory at the very end of the accounting period. So let's take an example. So suppose on December 25th, you sold goods worth $1,000 to your supplier, to your customer, and you're supposed to close your books of accounts on December 31st. Now here, the deal that you made with your customer is you will give the customer a discount of say 5% if the customer pays within 15 days. Now though that 15th day is going to fall in the next accounting period. So you cannot say that, okay, now I will record the sale in this period because it is on December 25th, but I will record the sales discount in the next accounting period because I am giving the discount after only 14-15 days when the customer pays me within that discount period time. You have to recognize that loss or that expense, that is sales discount, in this accounting period itself. And that is where the picture of adjusting journal entry comes. So what is your adjusting journal entry? I'm writing it in short. Adjusting journal entry is you are going to record it as sales discount account debit, and since you are not giving the discount as on today on December 31st, you are going to record it as allowance for sales discount. So you are creating a buffer, you are creating a provision to suffer that loss of discount in future. So you are creating that buffer today itself as on December 31st so that you are sticking to the revenue recognition principle. Now how to calculate this discount, because we don't know how many people are going to pay us within the accounting discount period. So you just stick to the history or the industry's similar companies, and you do some research as to in the past how many of my customers had availed the discount, what was that percentage, then the same percentage you will apply to these customers whom you sold your inventory at $1,000. So suppose you know that around 10% of them pay within discount period, so 10% means $100. So those $100 on that 5%, that is $5. So your sales discount debit will be $5. Okay. Now similarly, there is something called sales returns. So whatever you are selling on December 25th, there is a possibility that say 5% of those people will return the goods to you because of some or the other reason. That's your experience from history. So what you will do is you will provide for that loss on December 31st itself in order to stick to the revenue recognition principle. So what is that adjusting journal entry? You're losing money, right? So sales returns will be debited, but then you're not giving the money back to your customers as on December 31st because it will happen only in future whenever they at some point of time return it to you. So all you are going to do is sales refund payable. So you create a liability for yourself that you will be liable to pay back to the customers in future. So again, you are creating that liability and you are sticking to the revenue recognition principle. And then, as you know, every sale has other side. That means the cost at which you had purchased that inventory, that cost also needs to be reflected in the sale. So here the sales are being returned. So because of that, your cost of goods sold are going down. So I'm crediting the cost of goods sold and not debiting, because my inventory is coming back in my warehouse. So I'm going to credit the cost of goods sold, and on the contrary, I will be writing here as inventory return estimation. Okay, so inventory return estimation account will be debited with that amount and cost of goods sold will be credited with that amount. So in this way, whatever is your prediction of in future returns of your sales, by that much amount your costs will go down and you are sticking to the principle of revenue recognition. So these are the main key concepts of inventory accounting. I hope this video is helpful to you.